Testing. Back in March, after absorbing enough residual Elden Ring hype from my friends and the internet at large, I decided to boot up Bloodborne after months of being stuck on the final boss. To my surprise, I managed to take down Gehrman that same morning, and when I told my friends I'd finally done it, the first thing they asked me was, of course, if I'd gotten the secret ending. The second thing my friends would always ask me was, did you play the Old Hunters DLC though? And when I said I hadn't, the response from everyone was pretty much, dude, you gotta play the Old Hunters. While I still haven't sunk my teeth into that particular DLC, I promise I'm saving it for New Game Plus, that made me start to think. Almost everybody, no matter what their tastes are, has at least one or two games they think aren't complete without some legendary content that came out afterwards. Whether that's an expansion to your favorite MMO, a release of a game that stunts on the original, or just a unique piece of the game you think of as the puzzle piece that makes everything come together. Naturally, I started to think of my own answer. The enhanced third editions of Pokemon games usually slap harder than the original pairs. Persona 3 FES and Persona 4 Golden make going back to the originals kind of a moot point, and Witcher 3's Blood and Wine might as well be called The Witcher 3 2. But none of those answers, no matter how sound they seem, could really satisfy me. So I kept looking, and as I was scrolling through my Switch library, when the first entry in the Ace Attorney series, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, was released in Japan as Gyakuten Saiban for the Game Boy Advance in 2001, it came with 4 cases. The first Turnabout, Turnabout Sisters, Turnabout Samurai, and Turnabout Goodbyes. And if this is how you played the game, it's a pretty neat package. But if you played the game on DS, 3DS, PS4, PC, Switch, Xbox One, or your fucking telephone, then you know it's not the end of the game, because you got to play the best case in the game, maybe the best case in the entire series. Included as part of the 2005 re-release of the game on DS, Gyakuten Saiban Yomingairu Gyakuten, Rise from the Ashes serves as kind of a midquel of sorts, taking place months after the end of the first game, but before the events of its sequel, Justice for All. While this video could easily end with me saying something like, this case fucks and Emma's the hero we need, I think the real reason this case has cemented itself as a cornerstone of the series is down to 2 simple reasons. It understood Ace Attorney's past beautifully, and it opened the door to Ace Attorney's future. While the concept of New Game Plus, a remixed version of a game with new challenges and features unlocked after beating the regular game, is usually reserved for games that are, shall we say, a little more action-oriented than the visual novel investigations of Ace Attorney, I think that label perfectly describes Rise from the Ashes. I mean, we've got Phoenix forming a partnership with a peculiar but kind-hearted teenage girl after her older sister ends up in a grave situation, said older sister being much higher up on the judicial hierarchy than our rookie protagonist, an investigation that can only be solved with this girl's unique set of skills, our partner being framed for murder by use of the victim's own blood, the staging of crime scenes to throw investigators off the scent of a huge connection to a previous divisive incident, a massive cover-up rooted in someone at the top of the criminal justice food chain abusing their power, and last but not least, Phoenix's personal quest to save childhood friend and possible boyfriend, prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, from the jaws of this conspiracy. Oh, and how could you forget multiple pivotal points in the trial that revolve around a beloved in-universe mascot character? Honestly, I genuinely love the 2012 live-action Ace Attorney movie with all my heart, but I can't help but yearn for a standalone Rise from the Ashes movie with how narratively dense its trial can be. So, Takashi Miike, if there is a chance you're watching this, shoot me a message on AO3 or the Nuzlocke forums, because I don't really use Twitter. I mentioned how the case introduces new mechanics, but Rise from the Ashes really does go hard in the paint with incorporating Emma's fervent passion for forensic science in your investigation. Whether you're dusting for fingerprints, or blowing into your microphone like it's a dusty Game Boy cartridge, or spraying luminol testing fluid on every fucking pixel of the screen looking for a glowing blue bloodstain, or my personal favorite innovation from Ace Attorney's jump to the DS, rotating low-poly objects in Phoenix Mind, Yep, this one's for the boys. For real though, while these mechanics were most likely added as a way to find out information about the case that didn't involve psychic powers without Maya's presence, they fit into this style of gameplay perfectly. I think the best part of all of this is that none of it is just a one-time gimmick. Rotating evidence to find new clues, pulling fingerprints, and even spraying luminol all become mainstays of the series. Emma herself sticks around, acting as the main police contact in my personal favorite game in the series, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, as well as appearing in the Miles Edgeworth spin-off games and the most recent game in the main series, Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice, growing up alongside the rest of the cast and remaining one of the most unique and endearing characters in the whole series. Rise from the Ashes was also the first time character designer Kazuya Nudi would work on the series, his vibrant, larger-than-life art becoming a staple of the series as he went on to be the lead designer for Ace Attorney 4, as well as contributing designs to the Miles Edgeworth and Great Ace Attorney titles. This is more of an aside than anything, but when he was first being considered for the role of character designer, series creator Shu Takumi tested Nudi by asking him to draw Phoenix, Miles, and the Faye sisters, the end results actually ending up becoming the box art for the DS release of Ace Attorney, where Rise made its debut. Truly, one of the unsung art chads of our generation. I've been rambling for a while now, but my point is this. Though it was never a part of the original story, this case, its mechanics, characters, tone, art, all the love and passion that was put into it, became just as much of the series' DNA as what it was based on. And without it, we wouldn't have a lot of the things that I think make the later entries in the series truly worthy of the Ace Attorney title. For that reason, Rise from the Ashes will always be my favorite expansion to a game of all time. Thanks for watching.